Hello, you two. Today, you guys are going to work together in a peer tutoring session. I won't be helping you directly while you do any of the work. You'll be doing this all on your own, just like we practiced earlier in class today. But don't worry, I will be right here observing, just kind of moving around. And if you guys really need it, you can ask for help at any time. So today, you're going to be our tutor, which means that your job is to kind of guide your partner and help them out, and ask different questions, give support, but please don't give any of the answers fully away. And you can kind of think of yourself as a coach or a teacher in any kind of helpful sense. And today you'll be our learner, which you will also be representing our case study student, which I went over with you earlier. So here's how it'll work today in this session. You're going to start by looking at the goal sheet for today, which is in your tutor checklist. And then you're going to review the different plate boundaries, which can be found on the computer. And you'll be having a worksheet to go along with it to make sure that you are aware and know what's going on. The tutor, you should ask questions to help the learner understand the different kind of boundaries that we have here. And then there will be an online activity that you're going to work through together. You should give any kind of hints or guidance, but don't give any answers away. The activity will be dealing with the plate boundaries over different times and how they affect the earth. And then towards the end, you'll have a map of the world, and you'll have to figure out where all the plate boundaries are. There is a website that is very helpful. It's actually at the bottom of this, so if you do need it, you can go look there. You will also have, as the tutor, a sheet to help you go along with it to make sure that you guys are keeping on track. And then finally, you'll have a reflection sheet at the end to fill out, as you will have your tutor checklist to review. So you guys have everything that you need right here, which I will hand to you. And I know you guys can do this. You got this. We went over it earlier in class with all of this information. So this is kind of just a review, helpful guidance along. Remember, if you guys get stuck or need any help, I will be right here. Just ask me and I will come over and answer any kind of questions. Are you guys ready to start?
Right.
Cool. Go for it.
All right, so today we're going to be learning about the different types of plate boundaries there are around the world. There are three we're going to be learning about today. The first one, which is going to be right here on your sheet, is called a divergent boundary. So a divergent boundary, I want you to write down right here, is when two plates move apart from each other. So a divergent boundary is when two plates move apart from each other. So there's a sketched area right here. So what I want you to do for your sketch is I just want you to draw two arrows, but moving apart from each other. So the two arrows are moving directly away from each other. That's what a divergent boundary is. So that's boundary number one. The second boundary we're going to be learning about today is called a convergent boundary. So it's the opposite of a divergent boundary. So unlike a divergent, which moves away from each other, a convergent boundary actually moves towards each other. So I want you to write down that for a convergent boundary, they're moving together. So a convergent boundary are two boundaries that move closer together and move together. So for the sketch, I want you to draw two arrows moving towards each other. Two arrows moving towards, so pointing towards each other and moving towards each other. That's what convergent boundaries do. So that's our second boundary. Our last boundary is called transform boundary, and this boundary is a little bit different than the other two. So unlike divergent moves apart and convergent moves towards, transform boundaries actually move past each other. So now I want you to write on a slide past each other. A transform boundary will slide past another transform boundary. So for the sketch, I want you to draw two arrows not moving towards or away, but sliding past each other like this. So one's moving forward, one's moving backwards like this, or just sliding past each other. Draw two arrows like that. All right, awesome. So now I'm just going to do a little bit of recap just to make sure you understand this. So could you tell me what direction two divergent boundaries move in? Do they move away, towards, or past each other?
They move away.
Correct. Yeah, they move away. Great job. You have it right there. That's excellent. So now we're going to move over towards a convergent boundary. So do convergent boundaries move towards each other, away, or do they slide past?
Towards each other.
Yeah, absolutely. So convergent boundaries move towards each other. So last boundary we're going to look over are transforms. So what's the last option? Do they move towards, away, or do they slide past each other?
Slide past each other.
Yeah, great job. They slide past each other. So I think you have a good grasp on what each of the three types of boundaries do. So now I just want to point you towards this online activity that we have, which will kind of show what these look like a little better. So let me just show up this online activity real quick. So first activity, we can choose any of the plate boundaries that we talked about. So we have convergent boundaries, we have transform boundaries, and we have divergent boundaries. So let's just say, for instance, we're going to start off with a divergent boundary. So click divergent. And this website shows us what a divergent boundary would look like in real time. So if we scroll down, scroll a little bit further down, click the button that says pick time. And you can select the amount of years that passed. So if we click 10 years and hit run, and we go up to the top, we can see what happens over the course of 10 years. So over 10 years, we don't see much happening, right? Because plate tectonics move very slowly. So if you scroll back down, click reset time.
Okay.
Click pick time again.
Okay.
And then hit, let's do 5 million years. Let's see what happens in
This one?
5. Yep, right, that one. Click run and scroll up. See how far apart they're moving now that it's 5 million years. So
Yeah.
So what this website's trying to say is that plate boundaries move very slowly, right? So 20 years or 10 years is not going to be nearly as significant as 5 million years. So click reset time.
What's that?
That's the area that is created when the two divergent boundaries move apart from each other. So previously they were together, but if you click pick time, click 20 million years this time.
This one.
Yep, that one. Hit run. You could see the gap opening up in the earth because those two boundaries are moving apart from each other. So over the course of 20 million years, when these two bits of land are moving apart from each other, you'll see right there that water is in the middle. So as the plates move apart from each other, you're going to have a gap. So that's what a divergent boundary does, right? They move away from each other. So
Where did the water come from?
the water can come from many places. So typically the ocean, right?
Okay.
Lots of water in the ocean. That's where I guess most of it would come from. So it depends on where it's located on the planet. There are tons of divergent boundaries, but in this case, I'd probably guess the ocean. So scroll down again and go to home. So that's what a divergent boundary looks like. I want you now to go to transform. Right. So it's the exact same concept, just with the transform boundary. So hit 1,000 years, click run. So you can see over even 1,000 years, it's not that much time in the course of tectonics. So now go to reset time, pick time, and 20 million years. Hit run. And you see how it's slowly sliding apart over the course of 20 million years. So, as you can see, 1,000 years didn't really make much of a difference, but 20 million years certainly does. You understand?
Yeah.
All right, so that's the transform boundary. We're going to go over one more now.
Okay.
Go to home.
Okay.
And the last one we talked about were convergent boundaries. So hit that one
Which one?
on the left right there.
This one?
Yep. Up, go back.
Oh.
Scroll down. No, it's all right.
Where do I go?
Actually, you did hit a convergent boundary, so it's okay. So we'll just stick with this. This is just a different type of convergent boundary. So hit click.
Just say,
click
I'll
time.
jump in really quick. There were the 3 types of convergent boundaries. Remember that
Yeah.
we went over in class. Apologize, they were not on your worksheet, but there was ocean, continent, ocean, and then continent. So there are the 3 different ones that I would like you to go over.
Okay, so we're going to go over all 3.
Thank you.
Right, so. Up, we got to stay on task, make sure we look at the computer. So this one looks like it is a... Let's just hit 1 million years. And see how when it's land and water moving towards each other, the water part kind of slides underneath. Let's just reset real quick and hit 20 million years. See what happens. See how they're kind of mixing into each other? And it's creating a mountain range along right here.
So is there water in the mountains?
They're in ice caps, yeah, but not liquid water typically, no.
So where did the water go?
Water is all in the ocean. The water is all in the ocean. So the plate itself is moving underneath the earth. The water doesn't go over on land. So we'll discuss that later though. Scroll down, click a comb. That's the first one. So I think that one was oceanic continental. Now I want you to hit continental. Awesome. So this is when two bits of land interact with each other and not ocean. So hit 20 million years, hit run, and look at them slab. So these are how mountains are created, pretty much. So think of the Himalayan mountains in India. We'll talk about that later. This is how big mountain ranges are formed.
The Himalayas are in India?
Yeah, parts of them are in India. Yeah, there's some other countries involved in there as well. But now I want you to go home. There's one more type of boundary they didn't get to look at as oceanic. So pick time, 20 million years, hit run. So this is 2 bits of ocean. So as you can see, it doesn't look like there's much of a difference, but over 20 million years, you can see how the land is kind of getting closer. So
Are those volcanoes?
they are, I believe. I think it is showing volcanoes, yeah. So
Are they volcanoes?
Sometimes,
Yeah.
yes. A lot of times, yes. That's how Hawaii is formed.
yeah, Hawaii was formed by something called a hotspot. It's really interesting actually. So we are going
Actually,
to
yes.
go.
Sorry, I apologize. I was wrong. Not Hawaii. Hawaii was on a hotspot. It's not at 2 boundaries.
Yeah, it's okay. That's an exception though. We'll talk about exceptions on another day in
I was gonna
class.
say I was thinking of the mid-oceanic ridge is formed,
Yeah, exactly. So hey.
which you'll see that later.
All right, so now moving on from that, I hope that online assignment kind of gave you a better visual of what these boundaries actually look like. So now we're going to go look at the world map. I'm going to show you where these boundaries actually exist in real life. So what I want you to do is there are different types of plates and boundaries that we're going to go over. Just for today, I think we're going to go over the plates, and I'm going to start off with where we live, the North American plate. So right here, I want you to circle this area with a colored pencil. So take this colored pencil. I want you to circle this whole...
So hold on, I'm just going to stop you right there. So with these, I want you to draw out the plate boundaries, not necessarily circle the different things, because as you can see, there's different there's small plates next to bigger plates. Not necessarily in the spots that you might think.
Okay, so with that, I want you to start off with drawing a little circle around these islands right here. These islands right here.
Right there?
Right there, yep. Perfect. So
What's there?
So there we have a couple things. So we have transform boundaries right along here, and we have convergent boundaries along the sides. So I want you to take this colored pencil real quick, and we're going to draw some convergent boundaries. So right along here, I want you to draw a green line. Draw a green line along Mexico. Yep, good job. And South America. And before we move any further, I think it'd be a good idea to color code these, just so we remember. So real quick, I'm going to take this, and this is going to be...
That's my pencil.
I know, I'm just borrowing it real quick. This is going to be a convergent boundary. This green, this pink is going to be divergent. And can I please borrow that? Thank you. And this color is going to be transform. So we understand the differences between you can have all of them if you want.
Thank you.
There you go. So now let's draw, let's just start off drawing all the convergent boundaries. We'll start off with all the convergent boundaries. So I want you to keep drawing this green line along Alaska right there. Alaska's up there. Draw it right there. Very good. Now stop and then draw it over the ocean.
Like here?
Yep. Then we're going to go to the other side of the planet, and we're going to draw it all the way down here. Make the loop right there along Asia.
Just like hug Asia.
Yeah, make it hug Asia. Make it hug Asia. But I'd go right down here towards Japan, like the edge of Japan.
Where's Japan?
Japan's right there. Just make it hug Asia.
That's not Asia, that's the ocean. This is Asia.
Yeah, well, these are some islands that are a part of Asia.
How far down does it go?
We're gonna loop around right there.
Right to here?
Yep. Just loop around. Very good. Awesome. Now we're gonna draw another one, just leaching out from this island and down there. Just draw a straight line.
From here?
Yep. Draw a straight line.
It's not straight.
Well, it actually looks a lot better on that map than it does on mine. So good job. So now I want you to there are a couple in the world. So we already have the one in South America. We have the one in Asia. We'll have one more. Draw one right in this part of, in between Europe and Africa, and this blue part. This is called the Mediterranean Sea. Draw right there. Very good. So that's all the convergent boundaries in the world. You got them all right there. So drop your green pencil, and we're going to pick up on the divergent boundaries. So divergent is going to be, there's going to be a lot of this. So I want you to really pay attention. So draw one line down the ocean like this. Just straight down the Atlantic Ocean.
Cut it in half, cut the world.
Just cut it in half. There's a big one.
So like, what if the world falls apart?
Well, if the world falls apart, then I guess we won't be here anymore, right?
But
I don't think it will. So the world can't fall apart from boundaries. So boundaries make the world kind of move and make the land masses move in different spots over time, but the world will never fall apart. So now I want you to draw another line. You know what? Just draw one right. Trying to see where the next best place would be. Maps are a little misaligned. You know what? I think you got all of them. So, drop your pencil. And we're going to have one more. So we're going to draw some...
purple.
Yep, purple. So purple is transform boundaries. So there's one right here. So just draw a straight line right here.
Connect like those two colors?
Yep, just connect them. Just connect them.
Like down here?
Down there, absolutely. Yep. Connect them. Very good. Very good. And I want you to also draw one. I want you to draw, actually, that is the main one. There's one thing I forgot there. So there's one very important convergent boundary we forgot. We were talking about the Himalayas in India earlier, remember?
Yeah.
So I want you to draw a line right here.
Right above India?
Right above India. So that's how the Himalayan mountains were formed. So
right there?
Right there. Yep, that is a very significant convergent plate boundary because they smashed together and the mountains kind of formed up right there because it was two plates going towards each other. So I think for now it's okay. I think we got the main boundaries of the world, and I just want to make sure you understand everything. We're just going to wrap up real quick. That divergent boundaries, convergent boundaries, and transform boundaries are all different. So what can you tell me real quick, just to wrap up, about divergent boundaries? What is a divergent boundary? What direction do they go?
Divergent ones go apart.
They go apart. So how about transform boundaries? What direction do they go? We know they don't go apart.
Yeah.
Do they go together or do they go past each other?
Past each other.
Yeah, exactly. They go past each other. So that means convergent boundaries go
towards each other?
They go towards each other. Very good. So it seems like you understand. Seems like you understand. Very good job. So
now you guys are you're going to fill out your form and then hand it back to me when you're done. And I want you to just go over your checklist one more time. Make sure you have everything filled out. And I'm going to fill out my form right here just to make sure that everything's good.
All right.
I want pink.
You're going to have pink.
Thank you.
And if you have any extra notes to add at the bottom of either of your papers, you can do that in addition. Are you guys both done?
Yep.
Okay, I can take your papers. And thank you.